motion to approve the agenda.
Did anything get added after? No. Okay, then yes, I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Has everybody had a chance to look over last month's meetings?
Yes.
I included both the special meeting and the formal meeting.
The only thing to change was the amended vote on there.
Yes, did I make a comment on there? I think it has to be like documented, and I can make that amendment in this meeting's minutes, but I can't amend it once the meeting that list. So I can go in and make that amendment on that vote.
Okay. That's the only change.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
This roll call vote for
The MOU.
Yeah. He wanted to change from OBS.
Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay. Hearing that, do we have a motion to approve the last two meeting minutes?
I will motion to approve the last 2 meeting minutes.
Second?
I'll second.
First and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay. Courtney, you're up.
Well, that's still making this.
Yeah, that way they can hear you.
What?
So we're coming in to see about growing the future of the
Maybe introduce yourself.
of hockey in Watford City. My name's Courtney. For the past 6 years, my family has been a part of the McKenzie County Hockey Association. Today we currently have 2 children, one playing at the Pee Wee level and another one in the Learn to Skate. The rink has become our family's favorite place to be. We've watched our children build friendships, gain confidence, learn teamwork, and grow both on the ice and off the ice. Because of everything hockey has given our family, we want more children to have the opportunity to experience the same benefits. I'm proposing that we look into doing an in-house league. I've talked to a lot of people within the community. They would love their kids to play, but the cost is just too much. With being gone every weekend, sometimes 3, 4, 5 weekends in a row, playing 37 games, it's just not feasible for some of the people in the community. I've talked to Williston coaches. They do have 2 students of ice just like us. They are able to do an in-house league. They have double the amount of participants. With us losing our older kids, I think this will give us an opportunity to bring in some of the revenue that we're going to be losing. It's not going to be the same registration costs, obviously. They're not going to get the same amount of practices and game time, but it would give them the chance to learn the game as well as grow our high school hockey that's coming out. Brad Fawcett already said on the last meeting that he is looking for kids that already know how to play hockey. We have 200 kids who play hockey. We've got 2,000 kids in the school system. Our junior vault team has 19 kids, or had 19 kids, 24, and they want to roster between 35 and 40. So I think this would really give the community an option to learn a game that every one of your kids loves. If it wasn't for money, or if you guys weren't in a situation where you could put your kids through hockey because of money, how would that make them feel? So my proposal is that we look into doing an in-house league hockey. Obviously we can't do 9th grade because they would do with high school, but 8th grade and below, and get these kids on the ice and learning the game that all of our kids love.
Do you have an idea what that would look like?
So Williston does 1 practice each week, and then they do a game once a week. Whether it's on like a Wednesday or 3v3, it's just getting these kids on the ice and learning the game more about skills rather in development rather than games and trophies.
Do you know what they charge?
I know Dickinson charges around 100
That's for the year.
for the season, yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
They would obviously have to still do their USA Hockey registration, just because of the liability. I did look into that. The insurance that USA Hockey does offer covers them if something were to happen.
So they would practice 3 days a week and then just play each other 1 day a week?
So they do one practice a week, and then they play other in-house teams within one day another week. So they get 2 days of ice.
Would you propose the games like against like Dickinson or Williston, Sydney, or just in-house Wofford only?
If we could get Williston in that, I think that'd be fine. I mean, that's a 45-minute drive rather than going to Grand Forks for 3 days. Or Fargo for 3 days and things like that. I think it would help Williston, Dickinson, even Sydney. But I don't know if Sydney has an in-house one.
Is this ran by the club or like their partners?
I would say it'd be ran by the club. Chris has talked to someone on the park board and they said they really weren't interested in it.
What? No, I'm saying like Williston and Dickinson.
Dickinson's Parks and Rec all the way around. Williston is their club.
So Dickinson and Williston will have in-house?
Yeah. Dickinson has, I think, 3 in-house sport teams,
Oh.
as well as their 3 travel teams, or 4 travel
And
teams.
Williston's 3 or 4 as well.
Yeah.
But I think if you had a group of kids and you said, hey, do you want to go to Williston on a Sunday and play a game or a Saturday?
Go to Roseville on a Sunday.
Brooklyn's too far.
There's a huge difference there.
Is there a way to gauge interest to see what numbers will look like?
I put something on Watford City What's Up, and there were quite a few people who had posted an interest in it. I think one thing would be just getting it out, maybe putting a pull out through the club and getting it that way, or because not many people know me.
I'm wondering like, what's the outside interest? You know, like is there 50 people that don't play hockey and are interested in doing that? So what is that? Or is it
So we've gone around Arningard, because that's where we lived, and just asked some of the families there if they would be interested, and they did sign. I believe there was maybe 60 signatures of people that would be interested in getting.
Damn. Just in Arningard area?
So, and I believe there's the opportunity there. It would definitely help our club grow. Being a parent of Learn to Skate.
So, sorry, you said, I hear 60 from Arnegard want to try hockey?
Just,
That we ran into.
We brand new.
Can't sat there at the gas station for 2 or 3 days.
went to all the houses around town.
What's their age ranges? Are they older or are they younger?
Anywhere from Learn to Skate to.
Did you ask them why? Because what I'm trying to, I guess, gauge is why they're not coming at the learn to skate age when it's already only like $100.
well, maybe they still.
Well, that's my question. Did they ask that question? Because I'm trying to find out why we need more kids. It starts from the bottom.
Sounds like we need a chance to go door to door.
Oh, he had a scooter. He was all
Well,
around
you see what I'm getting at? Is that learn to skate, learn to play is already extremely cheap and they don't travel, right? And they actually get more ice time than the 1 day a week and they do their game. So my question is, and it's not a negating question, I'm actually trying to understand why if there's that many kids that want to try hockey, why they aren't pursuing coming. What do we need to do better to get them into the LTS LTP program? Because you know, if I'm being honest, that kid that cries out at this at 8th grade, you know, I mean, for fun, great, but beyond that, it's
And
not
I
going to do
understand
much.
that, but where does Learn to Skate lead to?
AU. But if you have enough AU kids, you can have an in-house program. If you don't
Yeah,
have
but-
enough, you can't have an
And
in-house.
that's what I'm trying to get to, is the point where we have enough kids that if we have a lot of families within our club right now who can't afford to travel.
Right. So I guess what I'm trying to understand is, I would say from LTS, LTP to probably sports, because that's the only in-house thing I've ever seen in any other club. After sports, that's kind of done. They have to have enough teams that they have their travel, and then they have their in-house only kids, and then after that, it becomes you're in league. I mean, kids drop off as you get older. It's just the life of sports in any sport. So I guess I'd be more curious to know if they are interested in hockey, how do we reach them better to see the price at that youngest level, even 8U? All of LTS have to be an 8U is the same price, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then first year is even free at any age, just to try. Well, now we changed it to sports and below, excuse me. So, I mean, the avenue for cheapness is there to get started, and lack of travel.
I don't
But it would be
think
very
it's so
hard
much
to-
the registration fee though.
Well, I guess my question would be, so do you have enough that are willing to suck up right now that even makes it make sense? You know?
If we had the option, I believe we would, yes. If we put it out there.
Because I mean, we had to find ice time. 'Cause high school, just because they're going high school, they still have the ice time, right? And then
No,
figure skating's wanting more.
Even if we had 50% travel kids, 50% in-house kids, that'd still be ice time for our travel kids, you know what I mean? That way, they build off of each other. If the non-traveling kids are playing once a week with the travel kids, just doing maybe a scrimmage, something better, just practice, I think it'd be something to build off of.
And the other thing I look at, if you look at our Learn to Skate program last year, we started with 60 kids. Sam, we ended with what, 25 maybe?
On a,
Good day.
yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't think that's out of the ordinary. I think there's a lot of people who try and they learn that they don't like hockey as the season goes on. That it wasn't unique to last year. But that, yeah, I mean,
That's every
Christmas
single
time
year.
happens, whatever.
yeah,
And then,
we
like,
just didn't stop.
Another example, 8U. When Chance was in 8U, we had 3 teams. We now have 2. We had enough to do a 3v3 league where we had, was it 6 or 9 teams? What do you remember when they were doing the 3v3 when they were in 8U?
Our kids?
Yeah.
2 years ago, there was like 9 games.
And
Last
now,
year, I think there was.
6 kids.
Well, yeah, they all had 6 kids on instead of playing
And
with
they had 10
8 or
units.
10 now.
There was 10 unscored kids playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of 10 units squares playing.
That kind of boiled down to who was running the show. Quick, right honestly. A lot of ways, about the number of kids.
I just see a decline in numbers and it sucks.
And I agree with you. And that's why my question still stands. If there's that many kids that want to play hockey, it's free for their first year. LTS through 8U if there's enough kids. For sure, LTS does travel. 8U if you have more than 2 teams, the rest of them could be in-house only, and they could get the same practice time. And then we can find a weekend for them to play in-house games. And the 8U doesn't travel as often, right? It's
Couple times.
a couple short runs, and you don't always have to.
even have to.
And you don't have to if
Yeah,
you
we
want
have
to.
to, yeah.
So,
So maybe that's something
What-
we need to advertise better.
what is our learning curve that we need to better understand why they're not currently signing up for free or for $200 or less, and no to minimal travel at the 8U and below ages?
We're obviously not getting the message to the right angles. You guys
And
went
that's what I wonder. That's
to a gas station or somewhere, it doesn't matter. And we're just talking to people, like random conversations. And it's that group of people, whoever that is probably even double the Watford area, that we're missing out on the conversation of here, hockey, it's first year free, it's $100 or whatever.
Well, yeah, the AU is.
And we don't have to travel. You can do it for 3 years if you like it. And like, I'm a small. I'm not being specific, but it's like you're immediately not dedicated to traveling with their folks. Right?
And I
Maybe in 2 years their life changes. They're like, oh, my kid really loves it. We can afford it now. We understand it better.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
missing out on
Yeah,
that bottom, like you guys are bringing great attention to it. I love that.
And I think
So-
that's what people don't understand. Like they don't understand that the 8U is, or the Learn to Skate is there. The one post I did put on Facebook, somebody said if it was available to 4-year-olds, I would be interested. How much is it?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
how,
she said she didn't know. That person didn't know that it was available to
Yes.
4-year-olds.
Advertise it enough. Like if it wasn't for me working at the school when Chance started, we wouldn't be playing.
Well,
Because there's no,
don't quote me on this, but it's my understanding that because we were in the school sport at the time, we couldn't advertise within the schools. I could be completely wrong.
no, I was at the elementary school, so I don't want to put kids' names out there, but they're the ones who told me that Rockford City had a hockey program.
Right, and what I'm saying is, now that we have a high school program, they should want us to advertise within the school systems, especially the elementary schools.
Yeah.
So,
We need to
that's a
figure
game changer in itself, because we need to get flyers
How
up
to
in
go
there.
sit at.
For sure. I would say that.
Well,
out
then you
stores or
within the
something.
school.
And
Yes,
how,
I just looked.
how people face to
Even
face.
Arne Garden
How
House.
do you realize it's
Yeah.
hockey?
Yeah.
Okay,
One
looking for
stop in
something to do.
town's very good place to put that information. Stephanie will hand stuff out all day long.
I was just like,
Well, yeah, having flyers even that we post around town.
The
You
QR
could have kids
QR
go sit
codes
somewhere
Everywhere, yes.
yeah,
with an
Very
adult.
clear on the space.
I know, stickers and a flyer, here you
And-
go.
And very clear that, yeah, this is the cost for these years. Travel is not required. I mean, just really laying that out more on Facebook, on flyers. I mean, I think, yeah, getting that out more would be very beneficial.
Even last year at the UN Squares, we had kids that didn't travel, but you know, if it was farther than Sydney or Wilson, they weren't going. I believe we had Kiwis that there was the same way. We had a couple Kiwis that didn't travel very far as well. So I mean, there is always that option.
It's
Is what it's not preferred, but
Well,
there's always that
in
option.
an in-house league, that gives those kids a home, and you're not detracting from those teams that want to travel. And I mean, it's great to get them in the door when they're younger. Obviously, there's going to be kids that want to start hockey later in life. I mean, there was a draft pick this year that didn't start until he was a band.
Yeah.
So it's possible,
It's
but if we don't have that avenue here, if it's not available, I think it's a great idea to just try and figure out what the best age group to start implementing. And maybe if with a rec league, in-house league, you know, or your group in sports and Kiwis, if you only have enough kids to do that for the first few years.
Correct.
Well, let's start off more like a learn to skate.
Correct.
They're their own group.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then we
we have,
can roll it.
but those kids, and maybe there's a misconception about learn to skate, learn to play too. It's not 4 to 6 year olds only. If you are that kid, you're supposed to be in that group.
We had a kid with the junior gold that would be going to.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Well, yeah, there was a 12-year girl who started out with Learn to
And,
Skate this
and
year.
the other thing, I think we still offered it for the first years.
for now it's sports and ball.
Sports, yeah. It is.
But I guess what I'm saying is, it sounds like we need to do better at a better job of getting the message about what learn to skate, learn to play is. It's not 4 to 6 year olds. It's anybody willing to come play that wants to learn, and you're actually going to get more ice time than even what you're talking about. And then if you get the problem with the older kids coming, if there's 1 or 2, they fall off the map because there's a crap ton of little kids out there, and then 2 or 1 kid that's 15, and you're like, I don't know, they're all weird buzz. So I guess what my ultimate fear is starting out is if we can build a base for it from LTS, LTP through sport level and see where it goes from there would be a much better avenue than just wide open through 8th grade. I mean, because we, as a club, I think we got to look out for the benefit of our oldest groups, right, to try and go and then flowing into high school. So I don't want to discount anybody because you're not wrong. There are late bloomers. It's extremely rare, but
Is the only way you can have fun at hockey is if you're competing and traveling?
no. But I'm worried about affording ice time for 3 kids, where we're already really stretched thin with the ice time we do.
So what kind of numbers would it look like to make this even possible, in your guys' opinion?
I think you need to have. I mean, are you playing? I mean, what's your idea? Is it half ice, cross ice?
Half ice is what Williston does. They don't, none of their sports.
You could make it work on this.
Yeah.
You don't have like 4
If you're doing, that's why I'm wondering if it's half ice, then you can do it that way. If it's full
rec
ice.
league, if you show up for fun, I don't think you need, I don't know if you need really enough, just the parents or something.
Yeah.
To help facilitate.
It's not costly, that's not.
You can definitely make it work, but now it's just, I mean, my eyes are wide open on the idea that there's a lot of people interested that we're not reaching out to. First
There
one.
are, you talk to people about hockey and everybody's like, how do you afford it? Hockey's so expensive. That is,
Yeah.
Hockey is as
That's-
expensive as you make it.
That's
It
also,
is.
Because you can do hockey significantly cheaper than some of us do.
that's not going away. It's only
No, I
getting
know,
worse.
it's just
It's not an
that's-
us problem, it's an everywhere problem, and I can tell you, like Bismarck sports are like $1,200 just for registration, so
no,
we're way under the,
Yeah, but I think people just hear it's expensive for words, and they don't really peel it down and understand what's out there. I think we need to engage people like these guys and
yeah.
figure that out.
I'm just saying, it's not
Yeah.
expensive.
I mean, I don't even think,
Are you in the advertising committee?
yeah, she's in.
I'm in all of them.
Okay, so I think this is a great thing. Maybe instead of having a continued conversation here, taking it back to the advertising committee and see how we can put that together. Maybe there's something we can put out to say, hey, you know what? If you want to do hockey, these are the prices for up to these ages. And instead of hockey's so expensive, start putting out what it actually does cost and how cheap
And
it
then
actually. Because you can
track
rent gear, right? You know, gear's what, $100 or $50 or $70, whatever it is. You know, instead of spending $1,000 for your own gear, like you could be like, how can we put that out? Maybe that's a committee level. How can we put that out that hockey's not as expensive as people make it out to be?
Yeah.
I think that's a committee.
And then I think for what Courtney's presenting, we almost needed like a commitment of kids to even.
That's, I guess that's where I'm.
Yeah.
Like, can you get a commitment, like committed kids that want to do this?
But I think if the commitment, where I'm thinking commitment is sports and up. Where I'm thinking that it's already the option there to be free and to learn and to come and play and get a ton of ice time twice a week or 3 if you're 8U is already there. It's just a matter of message.
There's opportunities for the younger kids if we get extra, or even squirts, or even
Sports would be the next step.
Squirts 10U, whatever. Even if you have those kids, there's options for Sunday evening games, or spots where it's not heavily Friday night, Saturday all day, Sunday morning. Right? We all know that this rink is super busy every Monday through Thursday with practice, but there's slots throughout the week where there's a little less, where we could potentially squeeze something in. But I think we need to.
But I'm saying that the avenue's already there.
The avenue is, it's already
With
here.
LTS and LTP and the 8U with the 3v3, and if you get enough brand new squirts of 10U, their first year's free. They can be in the LTS LTP program. They can then go to an in-house if there's enough of them squirt league, and they just play at the 3v3 night with the 8U. I mean, I think the model's there for those age groups. It's just getting the message out.
It's just getting it out.
The affordability and the travel.
Yeah, the learning opportunity here is we got to figure a good message online and a face-to-face message to get out there within the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we push that back down to the committee. Let the committee come up with that.
I do think it falls definitely. That's kind of on her.
For example,
Put your own-
But
you're
I
right,
think
but
if
that's
it gets
something we
big
can
enough,
work
to your
together
point,
and
yes, you
figure
can
out
have
what
that
we
whole
can do.
group. And I
Without
think if you
hearing
try-
about this,
But
we don't know
yeah.
the information,
Yeah.
right?
And
There's
these-
60 people who said, yeah, we
Yeah.
might be interested. We don't know.
I just
who's
hate
here.
to like,
So,
Well,
you know, commit to a thing until
And-
and we appreciate it.
And this 8U
Gotta start somewhere, I agree.
is
Gotta start
$50
somewhere.
more
There's gotta be an
than the
opportunity
proposed
for it.
cost of
For
$100.
kids.
So you're $50 more,
Kinda
but
like
you would
you're
get on the
trying to
ice
free
more.
kids when you're
You
a
still
fan.
have the
It's like
cost
those kids still
of
shouldn't
equipment
go to
rental that you would have to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, I think if we can really get it out there better, that this is an option and travel isn't required at this age, that would be greatly beneficial.
I
Well, yeah.
think it's just on us. We're missing something. We're happy missing something.
Yes.
Ultimately,
Absolutely.
The in-house league is great if you have enough kids
Yeah.
to like keep them here at the older ages.
Yeah.
But we're clearly missing a message.
6 TVs we're losing because they can't travel. That have been traveling.
I'm not putting names out.
I don't know, but there's 5 or 6 that.
Well, I think we have some takeaways for this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will get with you and we'll figure out how we can move forward with this.
Yeah, sure. You can go to Alex or
There's a couple
gas
of them if you
station
guys wanna.
anywhere in between.
Well, and I'll talk, okay, we can
Get
talk with
flyers
these
out, the
people.
parades and all that.
You
other
can
crap.
post on Facebook.
Well, we
Not
do
everybody's.
parades, we do.
Yeah, we do a bunch of that stuff already, so.
I think you sit at the certain spots where there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
People that normally aren't at those events.
Well, it's because our events are always, reaching out to Alex, our garden everywhere.
Get some flyers going, get some brochures.
Yeah.
Welcome down, type stuff.
You know, like those little brick guys, what were they like $5 a pop?
Yeah.
And
I mean, Rib Fest. Hey, here you go. You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
here's a sticker.
Yeah.
You know. All right.
We got a few weeks.
Did you have anything else for me?
Nope, I think that was it.
Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. Treasure report.
We got, right before the meeting, there's,
I read it.
I'm still kind of looking through it, I was trying to before. There are going to be a few adjustments in there. Last week, the Budget Finance Committee met, which is Keith and I kind of ran through everything. Sent them off to Denise for some feedback on the new chart of account structure. And we weren't quite going to implement it yet, but we're moving some of the accounts around. I think within the next week or two, we'll have kind of.
I'll say in my brief glance, it looked way better.
Well, and there's less transactions to do.
Yeah.
There's less stuff to do, so.
As far, just
Yeah.
clearly defined, this is for here, this is for there, not randomly, what in the heck is this one?
Yeah. So,
I combed through it on my drive up from baseball to here, so. I didn't see any questions that popped out, but I sound like I deep dove. So.
We had a thought in the coaches and refs pay some, and I'm assuming that's holdovers from last year that didn't get turned in, or from last season. There's like $80 coaches and $300 ref. I'm assuming that's from last season.
yeah, it's just not a good process, reimbursements and stuff like that.
Yeah, $82 and whatever it is.
So we profited 9,000 for gaming. Is that right? Is that typical for a summer? So we.
I remember off the top of my head, no.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I'd say low end.
Well,
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
It's pulling in like 15 or 16, but like I said, you're making, by the time you pay all your expenses with the gaming, the rental, and the runners are netting about 50% on it. Close, maybe a little higher than that. It's like 50 or 60.
50% of which dollar?
So if it brings in 16, we're making like 8 or 9.
Return on investment.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yes.
So any questions on any of the transactions other than that?
But you said another one is coming out in 2 weeks?
What?
For another June one's coming out in a couple weeks, you said?
No, we should have like a fully vetted new chart of
Okay,
accounts.
so we
for
do
you
want to
guys.
approve this one.
We'll approve
Okay.
this financials, but the chart of accounts, the actual account structure will change.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Then you guys can review that in probably a week or so, once you get some feedback from these.
Okay, gotcha. I thought we were just tabling this until you got it.
No, this one's,
All motion to approve the treasurer's report for June.
Good.
Second.
We got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
marketing credit card. Like to try to keep things as clean as possible instead of passing around a bunch of credit card numbers or one credit card number. What are everyone's thoughts on if Sam can have her own credit card for expenses that she's going through? Or is there anyone else that needs a credit card? Because as of right now, it's Mickey and myself. Mickey's is probably going away next month. When she finishes up, that's at least her thoughts.
Sure.
Good here.
As long as she gets into all the registered tournaments done.
I talked to her today about that. So, about staying on. Yeah,
For scheduling?
yeah.
Or for
So,
gaming?
sounded like since Hunter might do the reference stuff that she might stick around, so.
Yeah.
Well, cause she's.
So we'll have to see you the next month, so.
I guess some.
Stay focused here.
Focus here, okay. A marketing credit card.
Credit card for Sam. I have no issues with
I
it.
don't either. I mean, we gotta get Lisa a card
And I can leave it alone.
for
If
the
it-
picture.
If it's just what that budget was for,
Yeah.
it's all accounted for, but I don't wanna have
It
to.
actually should come down. I gotta look at a couple things. We'll get there. Anyway.
Okay, need a motion for that?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I got marketing and advertising things I gotta, but I wouldn't, my only suggestion is that we also don't want too many floating around. And
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but that's a committee, I think, that validates it. So I'm
What cost do we want it at?
good. Still the same.
Same thing with okay.
Yeah.
What's the limit?
20K.
I'll motion to approve a marketing and credit card for Sam up to 20K.
I guess I'll second.
Okay, we got a first and a second. All in favor, say
I
aye.
feel like I should second that.
We have a first and
Your name on it.
first and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anything else, Spencer?
The only other thing would be that invoice log, it is updated, she'll be, unless there is any issues, she'll be starting to send out checks, probably next week.
Okay.
I keep forgetting to look at that. Is there anything that? Okay. It's all good.
Nothing that I'm concerned with.
High school hockey.
Do you want to jump to her so she doesn't have to sit here the whole time?
Yeah.
You're way at the bottom. You sure? Okay. High school hockey.
I know nothing for me. Mitch, as far as I'm aware, took over on the 1st, and I know last time Brad was here, said their goal this month was get the coaches dialed in. I'm assuming that I'll have to get Mitch's cell and Brad's email, but reach out and see if by August he's got anything new for us or for us to start coming. I'll touch base with Brad. So no real update.
On the high school hockey, we need to get with Mitch as well on an approved
Yeah.
center ice logo because we do need to get that ordered sooner than later. Because I am going to put the ice on.
Who's taking lead on that?
Because when are you coming in, son?
August, the last week of August, first week of September. It's going to move a couple days here or there.
Okay.
So we turn the plant comes back on for this side, I think August 24th. So we'll put it on shortly after that.
Okay.
It's like a 4-week lead time for
Yeah.
So I called Break Systems and a couple of the others, and they said they could have it to us if we have the full render print ready to go. They could have it to us in 2 weeks. So
Well, let's not push 2 weeks.
no, like
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
so it's
Yeah, I'm assuming it's 4 weeks once they get the order. So
Yeah. Yes.
on that, yes, on it.
Okay,
Okay.
moving on. I got it. It's on my list.
Board actions, user agreement update. Anything? Probably not.
Sarah's meeting with Wyatt on Tuesday. I talked to Sarah today, just in passing.
And I sent everybody the spreadsheet to look at. Spencer sent a summary. I think I had just a little tidbit on there. So, did anybody have any questions on it? I think we're us three believe in a good place. We'll see what the legal part comes out of. I told what I advised Sarah was I said take the one we currently have from the legal jargon and keep it the same because it's going to be the same thing that we want it and just update the stuff that we need to update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what comes out.
Yeah.
But that's what we're waiting on essentially is for him to get that put up in our hands to.
She said we should have it for our August meeting today when I talked to her. So.
And the goal is to have this thing done by 9/1. So
All right.
still staying optimistic.
Committee updates. I start bylaws. I haven't met with you since the first time. No excuses. Haven't made time. Just to clarify, that word?
Just
You
some
said
Sarah.
it last night too.
No,
Disciplinary. No updates?
No updates.
Budget finance?
Just what I touched on earlier, working on the charter council, and then out of that, we should be able to get budgets. And I would really like to get input from each of the chairs for the managing with associated budgets. Once that comes out, we can look at a 3-year average, but then shoot that out to the chair for each committee, get them to say, yay, nay, we need to increase it, decrease it. And out of that, we can iron out the process for reimbursements and how we're making sure that everything is going to the correct way. That's what our plan is.
Okay. Tournament?
Nothing on the tournament itself, but I sent you guys the budget from Lisa. I think it'll come in right about, shipping is estimated, so that needle will move a little bit, but just looking for the go ahead to let her put the order in, because some of those things take a fairly long lead time to be able to have them here by November. Oh, yeah, okay. Top left is probably best.
What was the total 17 or 19 with the facilities, Jamboree?
20, and I know shipping is. Shipping's gonna be 2 of those banners gotta go away, so there's $90 in the company. I already caught that one, and then probably just before she fully orders it, fine tune code again, make sure that she didn't order over the medals and just order the new lanyards for the updated year. So those are the only 2 fixes that I saw, and I already told her about the banner.
The POG, that includes the shipping, right? The 700 for 15 each, for 10K, I think.
Oh, it's up here. Yep.
I don't think anything is a shipping. It's too hard to estimate because they're coming overseas.
Scroll down to
I'll say this one has a free cost on it, $700.
yeah, I think it was the
Shipping,
That's right.
$720.
Yeah.
From here.
That statute, yeah, 10,
Is that-
10K, that.
Okay, so yes, it did. So I guess the shipping is in there.
Yeah.
If she got it, but it's still going to be it's estimated ship freight. So
Shipping's half of the cost.
yeah,
Well,
That doesn't surprise me.
not unless I'm from
Do we need a motion on this?
we just need to prove so she can let it
Yeah,
rip.
I'll motion to approve a budget of 20K. The only thing that we're gonna have to figure out is if there's stuff that she has to order right away, we're gonna order right away, but I think there's some current charges on the card, right?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Spencer made a motion. Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
I
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Charges on the card? Sounds like a you problem.
Okay.
I had a busy
She was asking me the other day what the charges were.
Chris, you're up.
Currently, I think we're sitting at roughly 11, plus Bobby hasn't signed his kids up, he said, so, yeah.
11 still.
I did get an email from a lady in Williston asking if they could she put her kids in it as well. I just noticed that, so sent 2 days ago.
I think we should open it up.
I do too.
At this point, absolutely.
So that was going to be my question.
Yeah.
I think I put on there or put on the page a week before the start date for outside of here for just to give them most time for internal first.
Starts 20th.
It starts on Monday.
Oh, so we are a week.
Yeah.
JK.
That's where I'm
Or there was discussion about maybe moving Monday.
Well, Bobby proposed, I don't know if he sent an email yet, because there's a hockey tournament or golf tournament for kids on Monday. To move it to, yeah, anyway, he was going to send an email, let's move it maybe a couple days, the first week, because of the golf tournament, just so it doesn't conflict with that for some kids. But that was really an issue.
Sounds like that one. It's not an east now.
With
East will be in there.
I did print off the.
And we did open up that option for payment plan. So,
I think that is kind of larger.
yeah, that's,
I printed off the agreement to sign it. Bobby's out of town right now, but he'll be back. I'll give it to him. I spoke with him. So
Do we know why there's such a low numbers? Have we looked into that at all?
On Facebook, I posted again this morning, and somebody had commented and then messaged as well that time there's a lot of conflict for older kids that are working that can't make that time work. That's definitely part of the reason.
Yeah.
But that's all I have heard.
again, this is just a trial run. Trying to figure out what's best, because once you grow into something bigger, we can adapt from feedback from this and say, hey, times would be better at this and this. But we got to start something.
Exactly.
If we start leaving, people are going to say, well, I have other schools. Go. So it's included no matter where we move it, there's going to be issues that we start. Yeah, start something.
go ahead, Kim.
No, go ahead.
Do we want to advertise that it's open to people outside our club for this last week?
We need to vote for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already did kind of agree to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just get it back out there so
Shoot
the
it out.
surrounding areas can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
Sydney, Dickinson,
You know what I'm
Wilson.
saying?
Yeah.
Tag the
Yeah.
immediate.
Yeah.
Your glass door. I feel like the traffic.
I tell you what.
I have my whole list.
Off topic from that, is there an option for doing an OPT this year as well, or just that?
Well, yeah, it's not on the agenda, but Jamie sent over Scott's proposal. We'll look it over with the committee and see if it's something Bobby wants to run into the September somehow, or if we go with a different, go with Scott's. We'll see.
I had Scott do it to our actual standard OPT.
Yes, yeah.
So it started after Bobby's thing is done, they send us proposal, it's in their hands.
Okay, okay.
Long story short, that's what it's on their plate.
Yes, okay.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's we'll be talking about it.
Yeah, I just had a number of people ask me if we're still doing OPT or not, since they saw
Well, I
the
mean,
day
it's
came,
open now when you jump in.
I feel like summer, as much as people think and say, I want to get on the ice, want to get on the ice, summer is just a challenge. I mean, I know back when board members tried to do summer 3-on-3 leagues, and they just could never
Never catch traction enough.
Well, the problem is too,
especially during the week.
getting this volunteers that are going to want to run it. I mean, Scott says he's going to want to run it, but he's going to have to find people to help, just like Bobby's trying to do. It's not easy.
Right.
You know, and you can't just have a body out there that just knows how to skate. We need people that are mentors that can actually teach people something.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise it's just an open session.
Right.
LTS ice opportunities.
I threw that on there just to see, because I know we have talked about it a little bit, but haven't heard any updates. So I threw it on there just to see if that's been discussed
Yeah,
or
well,
what that's.
We did talk about it. We're trying to get this kind of moving first, and then figuring out how we can fit it in. I 100% agree. We need to have something here, and it's probably something we can implement fairly easy with just a legal volunteer or two, and maybe Spencer and Mom, we could come up with a small structure. We could have a grant by, cash for it all, or kind of, or something like that. Some kids that have some free time.
Yeah.
That maybe want to make $25. We'll figure something out to answer the question.
Okay. Any more, Chris?
Well, there's I don't know how you want me to go on other stuff. Or
Just what's on the agenda. Okay. Fundraising, marketing, and communications.
We are currently working through the golf scramble still. We have pool sponsor, I mean, we're still working on getting more pool sponsors. We did add, like a food sponsor, a drink sponsor, so we're just looking at filling out all of those right now. Candace and Bethany are kind of working through golf scramble stuff, trying to get that squared away here in the next couple weeks, because the golf scramble is August 25th. We met last night, just kind of ironed out anything, and so we're kind of working.
Candace picked up the thing from Sam, Banner.
Okay.
Are we
Sam.
doing anything with the
For the flag, or if it's, this is already. I told her to call Candace to do that.
Have you gotten any new sponsors outside of like our normal go-tos?
No, we reached out to who we already had, people who have donated last year. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna kind of work through that list and add new people as we need to. I think the goal would be to get 36 hole sponsors, 2 on every hole. So however we get to that point, we just want to give people who did it last year the first opportunity to re-up. So yeah, Candace and Bethany are working through that right now. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah, couple.
Yep.
For the golf scramble, are we entertaining a food trailer at all?
We can't.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, not an option.
And I don't remember what my second one was.
We can pull it out there and we'll look at
With the other logo on it.
I did move the dryer today.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, it's up.
I saw it, looks good.
What?
Said I saw it out there, looks good.
Do I have a key? No, Brittany? Probably, I'm assuming. Just kidding.
One, go ahead.
The date. When's the date?
August 25th. Tuesday, August 25th. Starts at 4. Social starts at 4. Shotgun
Are
starts.
you guys doing a similar format as last year, as far as like door prizes, and raffle prizes, blah, blah, blah?
Yep. Bethany and Candace are working through all of that too as they're doing the phone calls. Sounds like they'll be asking about prizes as well.
And then I guess if you're having issues with sponsors, let us know as soon as possible so
Yeah.
we can kind of do that and reach out to people we know.
Yep, okay.
Not to dive down the trailer rabbit hole, but is there any,
That's all Brittany.
okay. You thought we maybe getting Endeavor House to help with it, if we need people volunteering?
I do need a $200 check for deposit for the golf course to hold that day. I can email you that, and then if I need to pick it up from Denise, they wanted it sometime next week, if that's
What
possible.
was it cost?
It is $45 per person.
Yeah, it goes back.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah, if you just want to
Yes.
email Denise directly and CC me.
Okay, yep, that works. Okay. So yeah, we upped it from 100 to 125 to offset that cost as well. So, any other questions for that?
Get up the data centers, serious. Good time.
Dashboards?
Okay, so we started, got some feedback that businesses don't just like a letter being sent out asking to re-up the boards. So we would just, if they were on the boards last year, we just sent them an invoice and a letter basically asking them to do that. So Courtney and Kyle are working through, we're starting with on ice ones, figuring out who's going to be on ice first, get that figured out by the end of the week. But they're starting to make phone calls and stopping in on businesses. Just today, I changed your colors. Just today, we did get a few Beyond Ice ones to agree to it. So my plan is right now to on Friday send Denise a list of invoices she needs to send out of people who have said they want to do it for both the boards and the golf sponsorships.
While we're on ice,
Yes.
I think we need to reach out to Becker and get a new black roof for the one they sent. It was really small comparatively to the rest.
Okay.
So
For which one?
black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, black's way too small.
Okay.
And
It's the same problem that QVC had a couple years ago.
No EMX on mobile.
That's got a really big one.
EMX and EMX on.
Well, you can tell Jamie that because Jamie's still on the payments.
And then I was told Century Crane wanted on ice spot this year as well. By Dave Hansen.
ND Century or Century? They're both.
Century and
Or Century and
Whoever Perry works for.
Here's Century and
Century and
Century and
and I struggled to get them to go over there.
Dave?
Yeah.
Century
It
Crane.
didn't worsen degrees. I didn't move to
Okay.
Century.
Dumb administrative questions. Is it easy to send the invoices? Is there any people that want to pay with a credit card versus a check? Would it be easy to send invoices to town? Or probably.
I don't think so because I like the idea of it going through Denise.
Yeah.
Because she's the one who
She's got
gets the
it.
logos and everything else too.
Yeah.
So I would keep it that way. I would think most businesses would want to pay by a check anyways.
Dumb questions.
So yeah, so we are starting to work through that. And we'll start sending out invoices.
Did Chris give you? I gave him a number because he asked. Apparently, he got a list of kids and he got a list of people that want advertising. So I know
Okay.
whenever you get through this situation, we'll know
Yeah.
what's available, what's not. You can fill up what is currently available,
Yeah.
but then the other opportunities you're going to discuss, like, BDS. Really
I've talked to them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're hopefully one of them's interested. Yeah.
I've talked to a few people about that, so we'll see what's
Okay.
figured out there. So yeah, working through some of those fundraising.
Get with Chris.
Small stuff is huge.
Okay, and then you have,
I just made a note
Yeah,
that
Keisha.
we approved Keisha on the fundraising committee and that we approved that through email, just so that was
Okay.
completed.
any more?
That is everything I have, I believe.
Okay, equipment jerseys, Jennifer.
Okay, a couple things I need to start working on for next year, this upcoming year. We talked last year and the previous year about doing, once, if we ever made high school, the Bantams would then consume tackle twill jerseys. I don't know if you guys still want the Bantams to potentially have tackle twill jerseys. That would be the junior gold jerseys with the nameplates on the back of them. Or if you guys want them to continue using the current stock that we have. We do now have enough jerseys to house everybody that we currently have. It was just an agreement that the junior gold and 19U got the special jerseys because they were the older kids and they had nameplates on the back. So last year there was some discussion about transitioning those jerseys down to the Bantam group and the 12U or 14U group. So I don't know if that's something you guys want to go ahead and do. If we do, those need to be ordered sooner than later because those take a long time to make as they are embroidered.
And that's the name, like, you're talking about.
It would be, yeah, it's the embroidered jersey that has the crest on it, and then they would have their nameplates put on the back.
Just so I'm hearing you correctly, same jersey, just transitioning the Bantams. And junior gold and 19.
Correct, it'd be those
Nothing
jerseys.
designed.
No other design, it'd be that specific jersey, just transition down to the next age group. I currently only have maybe 5 jerseys actually in stock of those tackle twill, but they're just a random numbers and random sizes. So it's a have to be ordered specifically.
At least my personal opinion is I don't have an issue with that, but I would not do nameplates at all. I would just get a grouping of them 1 through 25 or whatever, like we did with the other ones.
Well, the other thing with that was the Junior Gold and 18U bought those jerseys.
That's why
the club did not buy them.
Correct.
So that's the other issue with if we went that direction.
This is just my opinion, and it's not about what I'm saying. That's why if we were to do that, in my opinion, not going on that or what we're talking about urban design, is we buy a set for 30 of them or whatever for each,
And those just get
and they just get
swapped out.
reused just like the other jerseys do, with no names. The club still owns them, and instead of dealing with all the other things, and then they just buy the socks like everybody else, but then they have a little bit more mature jersey, I guess.
Right. That's totally.
I could see us doing that. I don't know if I want to go through any more headache with.
Well, and I just realized too that your registration is already active, so Lori would have to go in and redo everything.
Yeah, because I think at that point we would probably want to own the breezer covers and just repurpose them for every year.
And I don't have any bracer covers left. I don't have any red gloves. The red helmets that I had, I think there's only 2 that are actually within service date.
Okay, well, as I know, Bob's supposed to be coming at you too or something. Or maybe
He wasn't able to make it today, but he, I had talked to him a little bit about it.
I guess before we need a decision, in my opinion, it probably makes sense to just put like,
A quote.
yeah, for helmets, gloves, breezer covers, jerseys, riding with the socks are being purchased by the kids, that's fine. That way we can decide if do we want red gloves and red helmets or just not, right? Like,
Well, I know we were applying for some grants for some of those too. So if we're getting,
Well,
maybe instead of red gloves and that. I'm just saying, if she quotes everything out, we can
see
block
what
it.
prices, yeah.
Right,
We can
see.
Yeah, if there's,
Well, on the red gloves and the red helmets, that was kind of group specific. It was team specific. It's whether that team wanted, because I know the year prior to this year, for example, Junior Gold, they wanted to do red helmets and red gloves. Then this last year's Junior Gold team, they did not want to do red helmets. They just wanted to do red gloves. One thought process that went into that is when we were trying to decide if we were going to high school hockey or not. These kids didn't want to buy something specific and then not be able to wear it the following year.
Yeah.
So that could be a factor into if we're doing red or not. I don't know if the girls want to continue that direction or if the boys.
I think it'd just be easier if the club's going to take ownership of it and repurpose it, and just quote every item, and then we can decide if we want red or they just stay with the black. If we want red gloves, we'll just stay with the black. Because we'll have to get an ample of those to make sure that everybody has the right fit.
Right. Oh, 100%.
Glove specific.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll get quotes for jerseys from Bob, and then
Those socks are a little bit more. That'd be the one thing we'd have to update, right? If I remember correctly, those socks were slightly higher than.
I don't think I don't remember honestly if the socks were a different price or not.
I guess it's size 5.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, then practice jerseys. I had mentioned last year that practice jerseys were getting very sparse for the newer style of practice jersey. I have a huge bucket of old style red and black with the old WC logo on them. They can be repurposed if we want to, or if we want to buy some new practice jerseys with different colors. I know some older groups, well actually several of the groups wanted multiple colors to distinguish between their different lines, their offense and defense. So I don't know if you guys want to go forward with more practice jerseys, look to see.
Not our, it's just like.
It's another price on there if you wanted to do.
Well, how many of the new style, do you have a count that you can get quoted for Bob for the different, like four different colors in the new
Yeah.
style and the different sizes, and then that you can quote what you think the remainder would be, and just get it in front of us at one shot.
And we have an inventory on what we have, and we repurpose from junior gold down.
I don't have the practice jerseys inventoried specifically. I could give you maybe sizes and red or black.
Well, there's green, there's white. Red.
Those I don't have very many of.
That's right, because I know the banners have 4 colors.
So well, we scrapped the bantams this year. We pulled from all sorts of piles to find.
Well, I'm definitely point though, that
Yeah.
they had 4 different colors, so if we stick to the 4 color range. Yeah,
So 4 colors is typical then of what?
I think that would suffice.
Well, 5.
5?
Five.
Well, if you get 4 lines in D usually all in the same color. And then typically you only have 3 lines, but if you have a 4th line, you want to color finish. And then go fast.
Okay. Then the last thing, or not the last thing, buddy jerseys. We did buddy night with the Junior Gold 19U. They had matching jerseys to go with the Junior Gold 19U. Those were sublimated, those were not embroidered or anything, and then I have them in my possession. I don't know if we want to keep doing buddy jerseys. Honestly, I could repurpose them for the 8U group and use them as game jerseys or pictures for sure. I definitely want to put them in pictures this year in those buddy jerseys.
I would say do that. Second thing.
Repurpose them, use them.
Opinion, person.
Okay. I would have to potentially buy a couple smaller sizes just to fit in with the weather.
Throw it out there.
Put it on there. Just so you're all aware of what's going on. But yeah, those buddy jerseys. And then if we decide to do something like that with the older group, you know, the Bantams, or if there's just a special night that we parade them all out on the ice, those are the jerseys that they could potentially wear.
And being honest, I think it's tougher maturity level, and then the growth side is kind of in between still. The combo,
Yeah.
they're still quite young, with only a few that have been in the age of that group, so
Yeah.
I think those kind of nights are probably
Yeah, 100%.
My only thought on jerseys for learning to skate would be our Winter Classic.
about that.
When the learn to skate kids get on. If they're being repurposed for 8U, what will learn to skate kids?
There could be potentially sizes for them, or they would use the colored ones, those multicolored ones that I have. Okay, those are really tiny.
Yeah, which is good because most of the learn to skate kids were swimming in those jerseys this year. But just as long as there would be some option.
Yeah. Or there's also those team jerseys. I think I still have quite a few of those team jerseys, the NHL jerseys.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
look for that.
Okay.
Socks we briefly touched on. I don't know. I wasn't able to look at the registration to see how Lori entered in for socks. Last year we had an issue because it just said socks, black or white, yes or no. Do we know if it got listed?
That, or do I have to go into registration and like registry?
It said black only, white only, or both, if I remember correctly.
That was
And then-
last year.
And then sizes.
Okay, and then there's an option for size.
So,
Okay, perfect, because size is what really was the factor last year. And extra smalls are basically 8U, some squirts, smalls for squirts, 1 or 2 PV, and then mediums. Mediums were bantams, basically. PVs were a mix of smalls and mediums, depending on, like the girls too, they were a mix, depending on their sizes.
well, hopefully this year's a little better. I mean,
As long as the
growing
sizes,
pains, right?
right, as long as the sizes are in there and people select the correct size, then, and I did write down the majority of them last year, hoping that if they screwed up, then I could reference that a little bit too. Okay. Bob wanted me to mention that on top of all of these jerseys, they're dabbling into other things. They're doing custom hockey bags, custom neck guards with the logo on it. They're doing custom hoodies that are sublimated, so I don't know, winter classic, whatever, if you guys wanted to go that direction. And then they were trying out fancy socks. They were sock pants.
Yeah, just
He brought it up last year. It was basically a sock material that were pants for little kids that went up.
That's actually genius.
Yeah, they were like sweatpants basically, but they looked like socks. And then their breezers just went over top of it, and they went over top of their shin guards and stuff like that. And so
Don't have to deal with tape then.
didn't have to worry about tape, didn't have to worry about things falling
You should
down.
ask him to bring a couple sample pairs in right at the beginning of Learn to Skate.
Okay, he did bring some last year and showed everybody, so I'll tell
Put
him
a bunch of kids in on
Yeah, and it's an elastic waistband, and they were fantastic.
I think the issue is you don't have to sell me on it, you gotta sell people that are on
Right.
that.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
And maybe we carry just a handful of them, and if people are more interested in them, then we purchase more, put it on the list of, do you want the pants socks or do you want the socks? You know, something like that.
For the stuff they're selling, I did bring this up too. Is his intent to sell it to the club and then we redistribute, or is he gonna wholesale it to the purchasers? Like bags, all the ones and hoodies, bags, blah blah blah.
Like right now, our site, we go on, we order individual stuff.
Correct. And that's what I'm getting at. But you go to Local Magic and you buy it straight from them. We don't actually stock anything.
We wouldn't stock.
So, he's not. His intent is to sell it through his website.
I think so.
Okay, that's what.
Not 100% sure. I think so, but not 100%. I think it'd be the same thing as me putting in a jersey order or a sock order. Like, here's my bulk order, and then he would.
Right. There's our logo being trademarked for sales of
Correct.
relative thing, which you're aware of. So he would have to, if that's his intent, we'd have to get him to sign that agreement.
I think it would just be strictly for us. I don't know. Speaking
Well,
of,
that's fine, but he's
Yeah.
selling it to me as an individual, he's not selling it to the club, and then we're reselling it to the club. So that's just why. That's why. It'd be
and
different.
that's where, like, for the hoodies, it would probably be just team hoodies, unless you went with the Winter Classic logo and then turned around and resold them. Because that's not true.
That would be different.
Correct. You can go ahead and do that. But, okay, so that's all I have. So I'll work on some quotes. I'll get that back to you guys as soon as I can, and then you can let me know which direction you guys want to go for the quotes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Concessions.
Brittany's right here.
Okay. Kevin?
All right, so boardroom technology. I found a product I think I want to go with for our TV microphone speaker deal, similar to the one that Jamie had sent over that they use in the shop. It's a Logitech model. It's the true video conference bundle. It's just over $1,300, so it would be almost $1,500 with tax and shipping and that. So I'd be looking for a motion to approve up to $1,500 for the whole system.
Is that the TVs?
That's not the TVs.
Okay, so
That's just for the camera, speaker, the whole microphones and that.
Camera,
So
speaker, mic.
so much of TVs.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that because that's a whole. That's another ballpark here. That's later on in the agenda in my open floor. Well, I guess we can include it in here.
Can you see the product? What it is?
Yeah, just go
I
on
mean, Logitech has good
Google.
stuff.
You can type in Logitech Group Video Conference Bundle.
All caps and you're angry at it.
Yeah, so it's the first one on the left there. Watched some videos on it, some reviews on it. So people say it's a pretty good deal and they work good. So
Yeah, I understand.
I think it's about what we're looking for. So
Any discussion? If not, we need a motion to approve.
Does that camera move around other people? Or?
Yeah, you control the camera on that.
It can go wide angle so you can see everyone already.
Probably set
I think it automatically zooms.
You can set it to stay on. Is this one with the higher remote? You can set it to stay on the remote, so wherever the remote's at, it'll follow you around the room. I don't know if that's this model or the one up.
Down, it will fall in.
So,
if we
but
set
you
up
can set it.
deal,
Yeah, you'll be able to set it kind of wherever. We can set it up there, on the table, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
One of our conference rooms is sitting in the corner. And
Yeah, just enough to see what we're doing.
Is there a reason we're separating TV and this?
Yes, there is.
do we need to know the TV stuff before we approve?
Because I
this?
don't have an exact price on the TV stuff yet, because they have to tear into that to see how much it's going to be to install it, and I'm still waiting on a quote back from the electrical contractor because they have to also look at
Yeah. Just the TVs without the install, you can still buy them without worrying about.
Yes.
Okay. Matt, you have a price for
Yes.
I just want a big TV we put on a roller.
it? Yes.
Well, we can get roller stands again, or tables, like we talked about doing the install on the top. And
I think that would be.
We can do that later.
Yeah, but just to get it set up, I think is what the antsiness is. It's just get the dang TVs we want to eventually be up there, and then
Yes.
when they're ready to do that.
yes, so.
Okay.
But
I'll-
instead of doing it all in 1 month,
Okay, fine, fair enough. I will motion to approve the $1,500 for the Logitech conference setup.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
all right, and then as far as the TVs, a little bit of what? No. They approved to have TVs put in, whatever, to do hanging mounts. There just is an uncertainty of, can we buy the $130 mount to put them up there, or do we need to buy the more expensive mount because they don't know what's in the ceiling? And if we have to put a track system to mount those on, or if we can mount them straight to the ceiling. So it would be as cheap as $130 per TV to mount them, plus the electrical, or it could be as expensive as thousands of dollars. So they have to pull the light down and see what is actually framed in. So can we just put the mount and bolt it right up, and then we hang the TVs and it's no big deal? Or do we need to buy roller stands at a couple $100 for a temporary, and then spend another couple $100 per TV to mount them? I only want to spend the money once, which is why I'm waiting for them to tell me, can I do the $130 mount, or do we need to put them on roller stands roller stands are $300 a piece.
Do we see benefit in actually mount? I mean, it's cool to mount them and whatever, but it would be better just to put it on a big rolling thing and call it good.
Personally, for me, the way this damn room gets flooded every winter with just stuff. It is so bulky, it'd be nice to have a tuck up there.
If we have TV sitting there, we lack our amount of space that we can use. So
Your cords are running across the floor.
Can we purchase the TV and put it on this roller for now?
That's
we have a TV on this roller already.
Yeah, this
This is plenty fine for what we're using now. We don't need to go spend another $500, $600, $700, $800 on another TV, and then this one just doesn't what.
Until we figure out the mount.
Well, I mean, this system will work with this.
This yeah.
Yeah.
And the system's not even gonna work with the TV. The system's gonna work with our computer.
Yeah.
So
I would just use this setup until we get that, however.
So the reason I haven't given the TV stuff is because I'm not going to buy TVs and then set them somewhere and then have to move them again. I only want to do one. So hopefully when Cliff gets back, Cliff is sick. They got approved last week, so once Cliff is back, I can see what is up there, and I can either buy a $130 mount and mount the freaking TVs next week and get the electrical done, and that I'll just need to we'll approve it on email. So that's why I haven't. I'm kind of waiting on that. Instead of putting them on a roller stand and then having to redo it.
It's going to be the same as what's out there. The ceiling above that way.
Right. I don't know if they have stuff running across, but they had to mount drywall somehow.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can measure them purlins right there. Measure off that purlin. We're going to have another one. Right here.
So I'm so
It's
confused.
up to them.
We do intend to get a new TV regardless, right?
Yes. We're gonna get new
So why
TVs.
wouldn't we just get them now?
Because he doesn't want them sitting around.
I don't want them sitting around.
Well, one, we can put up and then.
Why would we put it up and then what do we do with this one? Just throw it away?
Put it down in the Xamarin.
Just leave it here and let it roll around like we do for winter classics where we roll it out and everything else.
Hang out there for
Having
a while.
multiple mobile TVs is good. We can have some talk. We need more talking sessions and video sessions.
Yes.
You can hang that puppy in the Xamarin.
We already have a TV in the Xamarin.
Yeah, that's
We have a TV bigger than this in the Xamarin.
Put it in the entryway. Put the.
We have two TVs in the entryway.
There you go. Give it to Sam for advertising.
So I'm hoping that,
What are we gonna do with that? If there's nowhere to put it, then get rid of the damn thing.
well, they use it and they roll it out during the winter classics and the little kid stuff and they use it for camps and all that. They roll it out into the hall
How much is a rolling scale?
and like $300.
We bought a $40,000 food trailer. We don't use it.
The point is though, is if, why spend, even if it is $600, if a month later we're gonna go and do it the proper way?
I'm not even asking about the roller. I'm talking about we're getting TVs one way or the other.
Yes, we are, it's just a matter of how are we, what are we gonna do with them
Let's just
in the meantime?
Okay,
move on.
I'm just gonna sit there.
I'm on the
like,
same
I
page.
can just go pick up the TVs any
Yes.
freaking day. Like,
Alright.
so I'm waiting on them
Just
to
make
come back
sure
because
it's-
I would like to just mount the TVs and have it done. Because I mean, maybe next week they come back and say, yeah, we can just get the cheap mounts. They're freaking, they're 12-inch or 16-inch, and we can mount them right up and call it good.
Just for clarity, are we getting each new or?
Two. We're gonna need two because we want to be able to watch both rings or be able to watch it.
Can we watch hockey and football at the same time?
Yes. Yes.
We've established we're getting TVs. Not right at the moment, but do we want a motion to approve the budget for the TVs so that way if it happens in between now and the next meeting, Kevin,
Can we talk about, I know we've been talking about the TVs, but like what size are they?
85-inch TVs.
Two of them.
Two 85-inch TVs.
So what does that look like up there? Like how much room does
We're
that?
cooking with gas is what we're doing.
That is
The window.
here and here.
Okay, so it is just taking up that.
The entire wall. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
And like, do 85-inch TVs do fit up there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The only question is can I buy the cheap mount? Or
Yes.
do I buy the
Which
cheap
I'm on.
Everybody's
Okay, then I agree with Cody. Let's just motion to approve the TVs.
We can vote to approve up to, let's see, so the more expensive mount is $800.
The TVs, Kevin.
The TVs are like $600 a piece plus tax.
We're
So
gonna have
about
50
15.
tables and
They're $600 a piece right now today.
So about like $1,500 after tax.
Yeah, something like that.
For two TVs.
What kind of?
TCL.
Oh, we can't.
Do we need to buy a $3,000 TV to watch freaking hockey?
We need Sony.
No, we don't. Okay, so here. I'll go into this real quick because I thought, well, do we need the more expensive TV? And actually, if you look at like I did Samsung because that's what we had in here. You do the lower end Samsung versus lower end TCL. They actually say that TCL is better than the Samsung. Now, the higher end, of course, the Samsung is way better. We're not spending $3,000 on TVs to freaking watch game reruns that's filmed in shit TV. Like it's watching a VHS on the best TV in the world. It's still gonna look like shit. So,
okay.
like,
We got $1,500 for TVs. We need a motion to.
so 12.
I would just say.
If we say no less than $2,000, that'll allow me to buy the mounts and everything if we get it done.
And then you'll just
And
reach out to us.
plus the electrical, which I'm hoping that someone will. I'm hoping that they will donate, but I'm not sure on that yet.
You'll just reach out to the group before you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll motion for up to a $2,000 budget for TV and mounts.
Second.
Okay, you got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Can we get a whiteboard?
We have one. It's right there.
Yeah, it's in there.
Wait, are these TVs touchscreen? Can we?
That's what he's.
Spencer, I'm gonna throw something at you.
All right.
So what's that?
Specialty positions.
But
Okay.
Hunter Irwin for ref coordinator.
By the way, that was Chris Lee that called me. He's all good with it and helping him out as needed.
Chris Lee's what?
That's who called me at the start of the meeting because there was a meeting and right now. So I did. That's a little off topic, just really briefly. I did put a plug in his ear about the co-op thing for PBX, so he was going to mention it tonight. But nonetheless, Hunter Irwin, and to my knowledge, is the only one that reached out to replace Aaron for rep coordinator. I know Aaron has said he'd help get him up to speed in everything. The signer, obviously, he's gonna have to get with you to get ACH 1099s and get the money into a signer, however the heck that's supposed to work out.
Should be seeing this within the account, but yeah.
Correct, but like
Getting what you're saying.
systematically how that's supposed to work. And then Chris said he'd come down, run a clinic, help him out with that preseason, help out where needed. So I think he's got two good people that can help mentor him.
Yep.
We'll figure out the money thing where it's not carrying around a bunch of cash, which he doesn't want either. I spoke to him, and you don't want that either. I don't want anybody on that anymore. I think he's a great fit. Plus, he's a rep himself.
With Aaron being on board and Chris being on board, is there any financial responsibility to Chris, do you think? Okay.
He's like a level 4, level 5 rep, isn't he?
There's also the AD and the city hockey board and their
Yeah.
coordinator or something.
Bring a motion for that.
Yeah. So I put it on there. So it's gonna be as part of this.
All motion.
I'll second.
Okay, Sam motion for Hunter Irwin for ref coordinator, Spencer seconded. All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Courtney Stone for register.
She is the only one that has volunteered for that as well, and I think getting her starting to train with Lori, especially right now, there's a lot of registration stuff going on, would be good.
I have no opposition to it.
All motion.
I will second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, open floor.
Okay, so what? Okay, so on the facility side, so what we found, currently the rink is not usable. As of 3 o'clock today, there's still a 6-foot haze over the rink, and the walls are still wet, like dripping wet and dripping onto the ice. So we're hoping, I'm hoping that in the next 24 to 36 hours, the dehumidification system does its job and dehumidifies the building. It might take longer than that. I'm hoping not, but if it does, it does. We've already canceled rentals for the rest of the week, but as soon as it's dry enough where we can actually start working the ice again, we have like 5 and 6 inch figures sticking out of the ice that drip down from the ceiling and froze. So we're gonna have a lot of work to get the ice skatable again, and then it needs to be fully conditioned. So we'll be looking for some help. I don't know when that's gonna come. Maybe Thursday, most likely Friday or Saturday.
Text me.
Yeah, like,
I know I can show some story
So-
if need.
yeah, and then we believe just from, so we had AJ Thompson come in and look at the dehumidification system because the rough rider was unable to reset it. We believe there might have been some foul play because it was manually shut down completely.
And nothing has come of that.
They are trying to review video footage, but unfortunately the one spot that is the greatest video spot for it is kind of blocked partially, so...
This camera?
Yep.
Oh, from the city?
So the solution is that the doors are now locked. So if you want to go up there, you will have to have a key to go up there, either on that side or on this side, until we can figure out something. But it's hard with how many people go in and out of here and up there and down all the
So
time.
here's the thing, so there's cameras everywhere else. If they can see some motion of the time frame they found
Is
Yeah,
there a time
in that
frame?
area, they can
there's a time frame of the last 6
backtrack
days now.
to the other camera.
What?
The last 6 days.
6 days. Okay.
So basically, it was last Monday that they knew it was up and running, and then we had that electrical storm on Tuesday, morning. Was it Tuesday morning?
Yep.
Whatever. And then they hadn't looked at it until we had our rental on Sunday.
Okay, here's my next question.
But the amount of people that goes in and out of there, the cleaning staff and everybody else, throughout the day is a lot of people.
The Rough Rider doesn't do checks daily on the ice?
Is that something that we need to?
They have, so on the sheet itself, if an alarm goes off, it gets paged to their phones. On the dehumidification, it does not.
I get that. But
Here's what I would say to that to answer your question is that with this new
We currently operate, they will operate.
okay, so
in my opinion, it would behoove them to do a better, more frequent visit for
Just a
not
walk.
just the alarms on the compressors, but also the
That's
because
the only thing I wrote in my note, like, I'm like, I have to ask you, it just blows my mind that I mean, because that ice got screwed up. Think of all the cost of going back in and putting that in. So making a daily round on certain important items, dehumidification, compressors, whatever else you can think of, just blows my mind we don't have somebody.
Well, they really only have one guy for the whole building.
we
Two
I
guys.
can get that, but like just walk through and a check takes like 10 minutes.
I know.
And it's like, can we not work with them on something so important? That
During the season, when there's somebody in here all the time, it's a little easier. I go up and look at it every single time I get in the building.
It's
So,
probably one of those things that no one thinks about until.
yeah.
okay, so now it happened. What are we gonna do so we don't say, hey,
It's not the first time it's happened. This happens 3 times a year.
okay, so it's happening, we're still knowing about it?
It happens during the season when we go look at it every single day.
Okay, but
And it shuts down right after we leave. By the time we come in the morning,
When
we
we
can't.
have-
But it's just shut down. It's
Correct.
not
They're in
like
the
something
street.
that.
Or it trips out, it falls out, whatever, yeah.
I guess,
So, because even when they went up there, the computer screen and everything was on and said it's running normal, but the actual machine itself was turned off in a few years. So, they didn't get anything, because if it would have aired out, they get it on their phone.
bigger issue.
But when they
is
turn it
that
off, they don't.
Obviously, the obvious thing here is that during the season, as everybody's here, you're going to know every day.
Yeah.
It's when not everybody's here all the time. In the off season is where now the daily check should be in play. And what I was saying is this isn't the first time. I meant this is the first time in the off season because that's what happened on this sheet last year when all of the merch and stuff got all soaked.
Yeah.
We had to pull everything out of underneath the cages.
Yeah.
And I think to your point is great. It should be something we're checking, whether it's us or them, or on some sort of schedule once a day.
like,
Walk
it's just,
or no
it would drive me nuts now if we just didn't, we walked away from this and go, oh, you know, this happened, it happens all the time, like,
Well, because here's the thing, we're not footing the bill for H.A. Thompson's son either. They are. Like, it's not just an us thing they should be doing.
So is that something we should you can take back to them, Kevin, and say,
Yeah.
how can we help you to prevent this
Yes.
from
Yeah.
continuing to happen?
Yep. Yeah. And we've had a bunch of conversations. Like, how do we avoid this, right? During the season, and if it would have aired out like it did, I don't know how many times it aired out last season, 40 times during the season, it aired out and stopped dehumidification on that side. They get a message on their phone right away, but when you shut it down, they didn't get a message on it, so nobody knew.
Season's a little easier to handle.
Well, even during the off season, they'll get it. Even during the off season, they get it. They say, "Oh, dehumidification
Yes,
stuff."
if
Because
it's aired out.
if it's aired out, if somebody manually shuts it off, they don't get anything. And of course, it was 4th of July week after that, and no one was here. They have 2 maintenance guys out.
It's
They
the
only have.
same- it's the same with compressors. Like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't just be checking in and I get an alarm on my phone.
Right. Unfortunately, we can't even go to the compressor room.
I know.
So, which we fought last year to be able to get remote viewer access for the compressors so we can look and make sure that they're still running and how they're running and all that, and we can't.
Well, if you don't mind, Kevin, just help me asking them how we can help them to prevent this in the future.
we have to, because it might screw up next week. Now you have people coming on,
Camp.
yeah.
They just-
We're just like, oh, we're just going to check it.
We canceled a bunch of rentals today, or or this week, so.
We
there you
just
go.
lost rental
That's
income,
worth
and
the
they just
money.
lost expense to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt both of us.
Yes, that's what the point I think we're all trying to make
Yeah.
here is that
Yeah.
we can talk all day about the in-season stuff. Everybody's here every day.
Yeah.
It's the from middle of March to September basically that is the issue.
Yeah.
And it's both systems, not just one.
And I think they should help them as well. Find a couple Zam guys and help out.
They're
To
going
get the sites ready.
Unfortunately, right now, they only have still one guy, one maintenance guy this week, because one's out sick, the other one's on vacation.
If they're willing to at least come to a solution with our help or
Yes, so
helping
me
themselves.
and Sarah had a conversation on that.
I will say, and I don't want to speak for Kevin because obviously now, last time I heard is that the issue was we're not employees and it's Rough Rider building property, so that's why they don't want us to touch it.
I get that, but
Like, we're not even supposed to go up and look at that or touch it at all.
Yeah. If
So,
there's-
So,
the fact that I do, so that I know that they're running, because I've seen it too many times.
At least find out what they are thinking for solutions.
Yeah.
Okay.
we brought this all up in the user agreement thing with Brian because of his background and that type of stuff, and it was.
Oh, what a train wreck that negotiation was.
Okay.
Because we're not employees.
Yeah.
We can't touch the building because we're not employees.
That's true. I mean, you can't do that at any other companies either. But the point is that we need to have something in place that they are handling the solution because now we have not a mess, we have a slight mess. You know, and that shit can't happen. It's unacceptable.
I think in this case, it's kind of just that perfect storm of vacations and people getting sick and them not having even employees. They contracted somebody to come lay the whole floor down because they don't have employees to do it right now. So.
Plan B is, hey, just tell me what to do. I'll come look at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, even right now, they said, well, we're locking the door, so you have to have the master key to get up there now. So, it's something that they're going to have to step up on.
So can we get an answer by like tomorrow on this? Like, 'cause we don't want to wait 3 days and then be like, this happened again.
I assume we'll be checking every day to see when we can start
Yeah.
reconditioning
Phone
ice.
calls, we can.
Yeah.
And
I normally
let me know so I can.
I normally come in once a day. I just haven't been recently. I haven't been to.
Any more, Kevin?
No, that's kind of it.
I had one thing. Kelsey Wool texted me. She wanted to thank the entire board for us taking the time with the scholarship process and Easton Scholarship. So thank you from her to the board. Any more? Motion to adjourn?
Yep.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
And then, so